Hey, it's Tennille here from Dog Matters, and today we've got a free video for you on how to stop your dog from jumping up, and also a little bit about how to prevent accidentally rewarding your dog for unwanted behaviours, such as jumping up. So why do dogs jump up? Well, it's important to understand why a dog is doing something if you want to stop it. Now, the reason that 99% of dogs are jumping on you is just to get attention and affection. They're not trying to be dominant on you or get control over you or anything like that the majority of the time. They just want attention and they want to be close to you and they just want to give you an excitable greeting. So how do we prevent that and how do we stop it if it's already happening? Well, the first thing to do is to take away that excitable greeting, and definitely don't give them anything back for that excitable greeting that they're doing to you. So sometimes we accidentally reward these behaviours by encouraging them. An excitable greeting when you get home from being out is one of the worst things you can do. It can even create separation anxiety in your dog. Think about it. You don't come home and greet your family like this, do you? Hello. Yay! Come home! Oh, I missed you so much. Did you have a good day? I missed you. I missed you so much. You're such a good boy. I'm guessing that you come home and do a greeting more like this. Hey. If every time you got home you greeted your family members like in the first clip, I think they'd think it was a little bit weird. Most normal people don't do that, right? So why should we overexcite our dogs like that? We don't want our dogs to think that us getting home from being out is the highlight of their day. That's a little bit sad. And that can create them sitting there waiting and even create a bit of anxiety waiting for you to get home. Let's have a look at how it often looks with greeting a dog when we get home. People come in and they often do something like this. Hello. Hey. Hello. Hello. You're such a good girlie. Yeah, go. But you want to train your dog that coming and going is a non-event. It's just a normal part of everyday life. So it should look something more like this. Hello. Of course, the other part of all of that is if you do excitable greetings when you come in, you're encouraging your dog to jump up to greet you, to get closer to your hands and face. And what they want is attention and affection. So if you give that to them when they're jumping, you're directly rewarding the dog for jumping. Once you decide that you're going to stop rewarding your dog for jumping by accident, you want to make sure that everyone is really consistent and on the same page. So don't have it that sometimes or some people will reward the dog for putting their paws on them and other times we're ignoring it. It's got to be ignoring it all the time, turn your back to it and walk off. We want to remove any sort of reward that the dog can get out of this altogether. So we want to reward any touch, any speaking to the dog and any eye contact. Just don't even look at your dog, just walk in like they're part of the furniture, maybe a little hello. Another thing we can do is teach the dog a command that means get off, which can mean get off you or people or get off the furniture even. So to do that, we even can teach the dog to jump up on command and get off on command. And then the other thing you want to learn to do is really watch for signs that your dog's about to jump. You know your dog the best. And one way to get really on top of jumping is to be able to predict when your dog is going to jump and stop it from happening before it ever occurs. You can see a dog about to launch up. So before they even lift their paws off the ground, give them something else to do, such as a sit. They can't sit and jump at the same time, so teaching a good solid sit stay is a great way to teach a dog not to jump. Let's have a look at how it would look when the dog has a command for jumping up and a command for getting off. We use Lola here to help us out with this. Up. Good girl. And because I've told her to get up, I'm happy to give her a pat for that. Lola, off. Good. Good girl. Lola, up. Good. This skill's actually handy for a short dog to have because then I don't need to lean all the way down to pat her. I'm lazy like that. Now what about if we're teaching our dog to sit whenever they greet someone instead? Well, we can go about it that way too. And We want to really prevent the dog from being able to jump up in the first place and practice calling the dog to us and having them sit. And what I'm going to do, you don't have to do this, is you can call the dog in and give them a treat for sitting just to get them started. Lola, here. Yes, so I use my hand signal with the treat to prevent her even lifting her feet up in the first place. Yeah. Yes. Lola, sit. Yes, you can give a sit command as well. Lola's also trying to do her beg trick. She's been highly rewarded for it in the past. Lola. Yes. Lola. Yes. Good girl. Lola. Yes. Now, another way we can go about this is not using treats, but rewarding the dog with what they want in the first place, which, remember, is attention and affection. So we're still going to do the same first part where we encourage the dog to come in, but then we're going to get them to sit and reward them with the attention and affection that they're after, and show them that the way to get that is not by jumping, but by doing a nice sit. Lola, sit. Good girl. So I'm telling her to sit before she has a chance to lift those front paws off the ground. Good girl. Lola, sit. Good girl. Good girl. Now, what about your visitors? It's not really fair to ask your guests to train your dog for you. That's not their job, it's your responsibility. So when you have people over, all you need to ask them to do is please ignore my dog unless they're sitting. I've even seen people put signs on their doors to pre-warn guests to please just ignore the dog. And then, as it's your responsibility to train your dog through not jumping on guests, be prepared and put your dog on a lead before you let the people in, or preferably before they even get to the door. Have your dog on a lead so that you have more control and can prevent them jumping up in the first place, and show them that the only way to get greeted is to sit. You can take this as far as you want to, even raising the bar and having your dog needing to do a down position or stay on a mat to get greeted, or you can just have it that they have to have all 4 feet on the ground, and that's fine too. If you're too busy and you feel that you can't work on it with this particular guest, manage it by putting your dog somewhere else so that they don't have the opportunity to practice the behavior. Remember that every time your dog does jump and get rewarded for it, even if you don't intend it, they're getting their affection as soon as they get their feet on you, and they're getting the attention. When it comes to accidentally rewarding dogs, sometimes people even think that they're punishing their dog or teaching their dog not to do it by saying no. But if you're not serious about it, and the dog is still getting attention and affection, it doesn't really matter what the words are coming out of your mouth. They're still meeting their goal and they're still getting rewarded for what they're doing. I've even seen people that say no as they're pushing the dog down, and the dog just loves it and thinks it's a game. I can even show you with Lola what that would look like. Lola! So I often see people going, no, get down, get down, get down. Good. But their hands are on the dog, they're talking to the dog in quite a nice voice, and they're looking at the dog and giving the dog all of their undivided attention, so the dog's met their goal. Thanks for watching. I'm Tennille from dogmatters.com.au. Make sure you check out our website, join our Facebook page, and join our Dog Matters community Facebook group where we have lots of fun sharing about our dogs. And make sure you check out my ebook, which is on the website, Training Matters, for a full guide on how to train your dog to be an obedient and happy canine citizen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.